Hey y'all, AlphaZero versus Stockfish. Need I say any more? Let's get into the match. We have ourselves a ready opening. An opening I am trying to pick up, which is why I chose this match. To look at, pretty standard stuff, right? Developing pieces, trade in the center of the board. This is the first part of the match where I realize AlphaZero is a little different, right? Because AlphaZero has a decision to make. Where should I put this knight? Where would you put the knight? Me personally, I would go back to e2. Definitely not b1 or even a4, even though that attacks the queen. AlphaZero goes to the center of the board and asks for a knight trade, voluntarily doubling up its pawns. Here's the second part of the match that kind of shows me what AlphaZero is about. Would you recapture the bishop with your bishop or your queen? I personally would recapture with the bishop because I think isn't it best to have your queen on the back rank until sort of the later part of the game? I think that's exactly why AlphaZero decides to take with the queen. It realizes there's been, trading happening and there's less pieces on the board. It's now time to have a more active queen. So I guess it does make sense to take back with the queen. The third part of the match that intrigues me, aren't you not supposed to push your pawns in front of your king? Three flank pawn moves in a row, and it's just nastiness for Stockfish. Because what happens if you ignore the threat? Well, then AlphaZero is going to, capture g7 and damage the structure in front of the king. That's not good. Can you take? No, because bishop recaptures, and you actually can't move your rook. You have to do something else. Your rook is going to be taken from you, because if you do some random move trying to save it, then it's just going to be mate, right? And you lose. That's not what happens during the game, of course. We get a pawn push, right? But now the mobility of Stockfish's king is kind of out the window, right? Can't go here, so the king is stuck in the corner for now. Right? Take control of the open file. That is some practical wisdom right there that even AlphaZero does, I guess. Some more shuffling. I'm going to, again, say, I don't understand these sort of shuffling moves. But Stockfish is literally, I think it's asking for a draw because it keeps repeating moves until now. Which I guess, it's kind of fair for Stockfish to ask if it's an equal position, but it won't always stay equal. Right back to where it came from. So how is this game going to wrap up? Well, subtle maneuvering, still doesn't want to trade. Bringing more pieces into the action. And finally, we're going to get some stuff happening, right? The queen has to capture the opposing queen, and AlphaZero undoubles up its pawn structure. Maybe it saw that from the beginning, I don't know. So, if more pieces are going to be taken off the board, I feel like AlphaZero is in a better position because its pawns are so far up the board and really close to promotion. Just still maneuvering, no trades happening, no trades. Get the king up the board, and finally a trade occurs, and AlphaZero is going to win this match. Attack the knight has to move, or not actually, but it's going to be taken off the board, and Stockfish recaptures the bishop, and this is exactly where Stockfish resigned. But my question for you is, where should White move? What should be White's next move? Because when I looked at this position, I'm not going to lie to you, I just went, oh, maybe maybe go to d6 and try to help this pawn go to promotion. That actually will become a draw. You want to go over here and try to take this pawn and promote. And if the king tries to stop that, then you're just going to promote over here and white is going to win. But yeah, that's the game. AlphaZero won in a pretty sweet style. I learned some interesting things in this match, namely that you can have doubled up pawns. You can push pawns in front of your king. You can have an active queen earlier on if you know what you're doing. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video enough to subscribe, I would really appreciate that. Other than that, have a great day.